Good morning, everybody. I'm Eric Evans. I'm the CEO of HCA Health One Skyridge. It's my pleasure to be the opening act for what's going to be a great ceremony today. For the past 23 years, Skyridge has been honored to serve as a cornerstone of this remarkable community. Together, we have worked to deliver the kind of world-class health care that you can all take pride in. Recently, we earned HealthGrade's top 50 hospital, the only one in the state of Colorado, which means we're in the top 1% of hospitals in the United States. Thank you, thank you. So that wouldn't be possible without this exceptional team of individuals and such a great partnership of Lone Tree. So last year, I had the privilege of introducing our incredible mayor. Today, I have the even more special honor to introduce two future Skyridge volunteers, hopefully, and Mayor Harmon's favorite citizens, her daughters, Brianna and Skylar. So without further ado, Brianna and Skylar.
Good morning, I'm Brianna Harmon, and I get to call the mayor of Lone Tree my mom, which is pretty cool.
And I'm Skylar Harmon. We're lucky she's our mom, and Lone Tree's lucky she's your mayor. Please help us welcome our mom, Mayor Marissa Harmon.
Good morning. Oh my gosh, you girls are so sweet. Well, good morning, Lone Tree. I am so thankful that I get to have my two daughters up here to introduce me. I would like to take a moment to share a little bit about my girls while I have the opportunity. Skylar is 13. She is headed to 8th grade next year at Crest Hill Middle School. A fun and very impressive fact about Skylar is she kayaked solo down Desolation Canyon over 60 Class 2, 3, and 4 rapids last summer. And Brianna, she's 11, she's headed to middle school next year. And if there's a stage, a microphone, or a spotlight, she'll find it. I wonder where she got it from. I am so honored to be their mom, and they are sweet, smart, and really supportive. So thank you, girls, for being here. Will you stay up here with me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. If I have not had the honor and privilege of meeting you yet, I am Marissa Harmon. I have the incredible privilege of serving as the mayor of Lone Tree, and I am so grateful every one of you are here with me this morning. So, with that, let's get a couple more people up here on stage, shall we?
Yeah.
I am thrilled to welcome the future of Lone Tree, Eagle Ridge Elementary School students. Come on over. We're going to head over here, girls. They are going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, Eagle Ridge. Good morning, good morning. Okay, scooch over a little bit this way so we can get all the pictures and see everybody's beautiful faces. Okay, I would now like to ask everybody to please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, are you girls ready? We'll go this way. Yep, that's, switch your hands. Okay, ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much for being here with me this morning. You guys did a great job. Okay, girls, do you guys want to head off stage? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys. You guys did a great job. Oh my gosh. Well, that is the future of Lone Tree. How exciting is that? I know, I love it. And a special shout out to our great partners at Douglas County School District. We not only have the #1 school district, but we also have #1 test scores in the South Metro area. So very exciting. I know. So it's a moment of transition for City Council, and I am now honored to introduce to you my incredible partners on City Council. Mayor Pro Tem Jay Carpenter, City Council members Mike Anderson, Alicia Brown, and Mike Parr. Would you join me on stage? In this moment of transition on council, Mayor Pro Tem Jay Carpenter and City Council member Mike Anderson are in their last 2 years of serving. Between the two of them, they have served an impressive 16 years on City Council, serving 8 years each. And from trails to transit, parks to partnership, deep roots to new heights, your countless hours of service have helped shape what Lone Tree is today. And with that, they have helped pave the way for Lone Tree. So let's give him something that captures that perfectly, shall we? All right, here we go. You have more than earned your own street signs. If you guys want to grab them, that would be fantastic. They shouldn't be that heavy. I hope not. We'll see. Oh, wonderful. We got to snap a quick picture. Come close, come close. I think we have a photographer out there. If not, grab your phone and take a quick picture. Oh, here we are. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Thank you for your service, your partnership, and your friendship. Love you so much.
Gonna miss him so much.
I know. Jay says he's not going far.
Yep.
I love that. Thank you guys for being here. All right, as I mentioned earlier, it is a moment of transition. In fact, just 2 days ago, on Tuesday, May 5th, our community took part in a local election. We are now proud and so excited to welcome our 2 new council member-elects, Michelle Bechamps and Tara Mi'kmaq. Would you please stand? There they are. Congratulations, and I am really looking forward to working together as we reach for new heights. All right, now I would like to invite all of our elected officials to please rise so we can welcome you. I know that we have all 5 Douglas County mayors in the house, as well as our county commissioners, so could you please give me a round of welcome them with a round of applause. Mayor Yummy, good morning. Colorado Springs mayor is also in the house. Now I would like our 3 former mayors to please rise. Former Mayor Jack O'Boyle, Jim Gunning, and Jackie Millay. Please rise so we can recognize you, along with all other former city council members. Thank you so much, our former mayors and former city council members, for building the strong foundation that we are lucky enough to stand on today. Okay, if you know me, you know I would love nothing more than to go row by row and share why every one of you matter to this community, but we only have till 9, and I want to get you out on time for your next meeting. So with that, I will just say, welcome all. You are a part of what makes Lone Tree so special. We couldn't do it without some incredible and very generous sponsors, so thank you so much to Skyridge, HCA Health One, and TerraCare Associates for being a platinum sponsor. Our gold and silver sponsors this morning, our gift donors, we're going to get to that in a minute, so keep your phone handy, and these community groups. I also like to take a moment and say thank you to Melissa Gallegos, our Director of Communications, Madison Wiseman, the entire Lone Tree Art Center, and all of our city staff for helping bring the state of the city to life. Would you help me with a round of applause to thank them? Okay, if you were here last year, you played this game with me, so we got to do it again because it was so much fun. Get your phones out. And we are going to play a game of how well do you know Lone Tree? All right, so open up the camera, scan this QR code, just like you did last year. Girls, they know the answers, so my daughters better be careful. They were here yesterday. And join menti.com. If your camera isn't scanning, you can go to menti, menti.com, and enter the code 46808453. When I mention those gift donors, there are 3 awesome prizes for our top 3 winners. Of course, it's based on speed and accuracy, and pro tip, use your neighbor for some help. Okay, we'll give it just a minute more. We've got just about 470 people here, but I know a couple people don't have phones in here, especially the students. So we'll give it just another minute, and then we'll let it hit about 200, and then we will get started. I hope you picked out some fun names that I get to read that aren't embarrassing. Okay, all right, here we go. I think we are just about there. All right, let's rock and roll. And our first question, I hope you're ready, is, oh, look at all those emojis, so cute. Remember, speed and accuracy. HCA Health One Skyridge now has 304 beds. How many did the hospital have when it opened 23 years ago? 7 seconds left. And the answer is 106. There we go. Pretty impressive, the growth that we've had there. All right, let's see. Oh, good. Bear Contessa, Tara, and Dragonite are our top three. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay, and we are ready for our second question. I hope some of you know this answer. It actually stumped me, so if you don't know, don't worry. Lone Tree has more than one tree approximately. How many trees are in the city? I know, I get that joke all the time. Is there just one tree in Lone Tree? All right, 7 seconds left. What's the answer? We'll see. And it is 45,000. I know. We're trying to take some people out here. All right, let's see who our top three. Oh, is that Linda Watson, Grace, Simba? You guys are leading the race. All right, one more question to go. Remember, speed and accuracy get us the winners. Okay, last question. This is a good one. I hope I don't stump you here. What is the official elevation of the city of Lone Tree? If you pay attention to our council meetings, you should know this answer. You are all going to probably know it. I hope that it's high. All right, 3, 2, 1. It is 6280. All right, let's see our top three winners. Grace, Thomas, and Sakura, don't forget to grab your gifts on the way out today. Thank you so much for playing along. That was so fun. Grace takes it. Oh, it's the best part when you get to use your neighbors. All right, last year, if you were here, we unveiled our new tagline, Deep Roots, New Heights. It's more than just a tagline, it's a commitment to grow in the right ways, stay grounded in who we are, and build a strong foundation that will last. So this year, our focus is simple. Lone Tree is powered for what's next. A strong foundation doesn't happen by accident. It's built. Lone Tree has made intentional choices to stay fiscally strong and forward-focused, and that's how we are fueled for our future. And one of the most important tools in building that future is our home rule authority. It gives us the ability to make the best decisions for our residents and for our future. We rely on our city charter. It's just like our city's constitution, created by the residents and for the residents who live here. We will continue to do everything we can to protect that. And I would rather have no one else leading the charge than our city manager, Seth Hoffman. Would you please rise, Seth? Seth is also the president of Colorado Municipal League, which is an organization that works to bring cities and towns together and advocate for local control. Thank you so much for your leadership, Seth. Now, local control also means financial control. This year, we're projecting just over $86 million in revenue, of course, powered by sales tax and strong partnerships, and reinforced by our AA+ bond rating. We're able to do that while keeping us having the lowest sales tax, one of the lowest in the state at 2.5%. Let's take a look at how those numbers are distributed. On the expenditure side, we're investing in over $138 million in 2026. You'll notice a large portion of these funds are dedicated to one-time capital projects like our Justice Center, Public Works Facility, and High Note Park. That is intentional. And a key part of the foundation of our budget is the success of the passage of 2E. A special thank you to our voters who in 2021 supported a 1% sales tax increase to invest in the things that matter most. It's a 10-year measure to ensure accountability and give our residents a voice in what's to come next. Let's take a look about the positive impacts of 2E.
Ballot 2E, from the start, it was evident that the purpose was that the sales tax increase, as small as it was, those funds help support the citizens of Lone Tree day in and day out, and they're coming from everybody else who's coming into Lone Tree. If the Lone Tree city residents had to fully fund the police and the infrastructure for everybody else coming into the city or passing through the city, that's a burden the residents of Lone Tree shouldn't have to take on themselves.
The city was considering increasing the tax because all of a sudden online sales were really taking off, and especially during COVID in 2020. And the city was not realizing that revenue. And so there were many people that used to shop at the mall that were now shopping at home, and they were not all Lone Tree residents. And so all of that revenue just was leaving the city. So it was really important to look at how to fill that gap and maintain our quality.
Clearly, 2E was important because there is no property tax in the city, and therefore we're looking for alternative revenue streams to accomplish and address some of the needs that the city does face. 2E just worked out, I think, beautifully for all involved.
I think 2E has really worked out well for the citizenry of Lone Tree. As you go around, as you drive around the community, you see maintenance. There's no maintenance issues. Our streets are well maintained. We have a lot of different types of things, such as roads, police force. We have one of the best police force, community friendly, I think, not only in the state, but maybe even the nation. I always go far to say that. We have services from trash services to every single thing you could possibly imagine, or primo, the top, the best you could possibly get. So that's what makes Lone Tree so wonderful and so good.
The passage of 2E was really critical to bringing our quality of life, maintaining it, but taking us down the road. This is really going to help sustain us because we're not done filling in. There's still a lot of building going on.
The reason why I supported 2E and also support any future ballot initiatives as far in regard to taxing is we need to maintain our level as to what we have. You can't just pass something and hope for the best. Hope is not a good strategy. We need to lay a solid foundation underneath our community. We need to constantly improve. We need to constantly reinvest in our community.
I just believe hands down, Lone Tree is the best community in Colorado to live in. There is no better place in this state than the city of Lone Tree.
If I had to describe Lone Tree in one sentence, I would say it's a community of happy people.
Oh, I couldn't agree more with that statement. Thank you so much, Dave. Growth isn't just about what we're building, it's who we're building it for. And in Lone Tree, we are creating opportunities for all ages and abilities to live in Lone Tree at every stage of life. And that starts with the construction of 274 townhomes by Local Homes off of C470 in Yosemite. Over in Ridgegate, we're looking forward to welcome the Groove Amenity Center in Lyric Park. Last month, in partnership with Cobo, we welcomed 101 units of affordable senior housing called Forte, and the Reserve offers independent living, assisted living, and memory care. Of course, located in the Couplet is this 3.3-acre park that will connect both sides of Ridgegate Parkway. And a special thank you to our voters, our school district, and our taxpayers for supporting the construction of a brand new elementary school in Lyric, opening in 2027. I know I mentioned last year, Principal Doug Humphreys, who's here, will be the principal of this school. And of course, we are looking forward to breaking ground at Tall Tales Ranch. You may have met some of their incredible ambassadors in the lobby before, but what this will do is it creates housing, meaningful job opportunities and community for 30 adults facing intellectual and developmental disabilities. Because Lone Tree is a place where all ages and abilities should live at every stage of life. This next piece brings that to life.
This particular project where we're standing is going to be the home of 274 new residences. Within the community, there'll be some private green space areas, connection to walking trails, and we're completing a roughly 4-acre park for the city directly to the east that will be good not only for our community, but for the surrounding neighbors. One of our company's primary objectives is to offer attainable housing, and Lone Tree is a great example of needing that housing stock. And what we're doing is coming in, offering an attached affordable product that is going to appeal to a lot of first-time buyers, but also people who are moving down don't want a big yard, don't want a lot of square footage.
So there really is a need for affordable housing everywhere along the Front Range. When you look at the growth of the cost of housing in Denver, it's been 50% really over the last 10 years. And what it means is that a lot of our residents are unable to afford quality places to live. So we're standing in Forte, which is an income and age-restricted property here in the city of Lone Tree. So Forte is an incredible opportunity to age in place in the city of Lone Tree. Steps outside our front door, we've got a park and a trail system, a regional trail system that they can get access to. They're able to age in place without a car if they can't drive anymore, because they can walk to a grocery store. They can walk to a future library. They can age in place without having to worry about transportation. They can be active and they can be part of this community.
What we like about the city of Lone Tree and working in the city of Lone Tree is we feel like the communication is open and direct. It's growing. There's every option for business, food, entertainment. It's all right here, and we think that's a great match for what we're offering from new housing, and we just want to be a part of that.
We love working with Lone Tree. They are one of the most intelligent pro-business municipalities that we've seen. They are incredibly smart about their growth, and they engage in it in a proactive way that allows the growth to be done thoughtfully. So when people ask me about the city of Lone Tree, I say, don't walk, run to Lone Tree. Do business with Lone Tree. They are welcoming, they are smart, they are easy to work with, and they are forward-thinking.
Well, if you look around, there are so many homes being built here in Lone Tree in this area, and we don't have schools nearby. We want to make sure that everyone who moves to our amazing community has a great community school near or in their neighborhood where their kids can go to school and grow up in that kind of way. So this school, you can see, is well under construction with a very large hole in the ground. We will be opening this school in the fall of 2027 to their very first class of kids. Our goal as a district is to have very inclusive schools so that we can serve students with a wide variety of needs. Part of our vision around thriving schools and thriving communities is being able to offer a continuum of programming that serves all of our learners. We want to make sure that we serve every single child and that we have really high expectations for every single child and can deliver on academic excellence always. So we're so excited to be able to be building a new school. They should expect that it will be a thriving school that can hold about 700 kids when it's at full capacity. So many kids will have the opportunity to walk to school. The community will have an incredible opportunity to enjoy the school, the playground, the fields. We very much envision this being a place where the community comes together, because in Douglas County in general and here in Lone Tree, community is so important.
We've been in our house, it'll be 29 years this year. So we happened upon Lone Tree, friends lived here. And Joe will say that I was looking for the place that's in the backyard. And we found it here in this neighborhood.
Growing up in Lone Tree was wonderful. I moved here when I was 5 with my family and grew up with a great group of friends. I went to Eagle Ridge Elementary. My friends that I met in kindergarten, first grade are still some of my best friends today. I loved the community, the neighborhood parade for the 4th of July, just all of the community events made growing up here really special.
I think the community, the school system, all the outdoor activity just helped, kind of mold them to where, they are today. Now, it's so cool because Lauren brings our 2 grandchildren to the same parade. It's just terrific.
It's pretty amazing to see the development that's taken place since I was a kid and moved here. And so it's been really cool to, while I was away, to see all of these new amenities and facilities and community spaces open, and then now to move back here and be able to take advantage of that and to see that there's still so much still to come that we're gonna get to enjoy raising my own kids here. I'm very excited about the momentum and the future of still what's to come.
After being here 29 years, you've built your life out here, and you just have this neighborhood feel and still have all the other amenities that we've talked about. So to me, it is, I don't want to tell everybody to move here, right? So yeah, we want to keep it a secret. Yeah, there is no other place like Lone Tree.
our residents. A strong community is, of course, built on connection, and that starts with feeling safe, seen, and supported. That's exactly what our Lone Tree Police Department works to create. Behind every one of these numbers is a response, a conversation, or a moment that someone needed help, and our officers showed up. With over 56,000 calls for service, leading to over 2,000 arrests, our Lone Tree Police Department maintained an impressive less than 4-minute average response time, and that deserves a round of applause. It's not just about responding, it's about connecting with the community and building trust. And whether it's popsicles with the police or coffee with the cops, these moments matter. And that commitment continues with the building of our 38,000 square foot Justice Center. It's a new home for our police department and municipal court, will help better serve our residents and region, as well as help attract and retain top-tier talent, opening later this year. And we're investing in tools that help our officers do their jobs safely and effectively. This will give them better visibility and a faster response time. These drones are just another example of how we are powered for what's next. Did you like what I did there? We are also reducing wildfire risk through prevention and mitigation, and have a clear evacuation plan in place, defined routes, rapid response, and regularly updated to ensure readiness for when it matters most. But we're also focused on making sure no adult is left behind. This new senior outreach program offers support and check-ins because connection at every age and every stage matters. This next story will tell the story beautifully.
When do you start being a senior? I think I've lived past my turn.
People say, how long are you going to stay here? And I tell people, this was my standard answer, when they carry me out. I plan to stay here forever.
We have an aging population in Douglas County. We have an aging population in Lone Tree. Felt like it was a good partnership with us and the Living and Aging Well Committee to use some volunteers and just reach out to seniors in our community and really just try to make them feel, appreciated and connected to their community.
This program helps us do check-ins with people to see how they're doing, if they know what's available to them, and then if we run into something where somebody is needing extra care, is in need of food services, transportation, a friend kind of service, then we can connect them to things like adult protection services, Living and Aging Well, Aging Resources of Douglas County, things like that to help make sure that they have everything they need in order to thrive in our community.
I'm getting older myself, and so I think a lot of people, as you start to get older, you sometimes lose connection to friends. Your families have grown up and they've moved away, and just depending on their circumstance, it might be less tech savvy, less likely to try new things and really get out there. And so just trying to get them connected, and they're not aware of the resources that are available. So all that makes them vulnerable to some extent. That's just a way for us to maybe just give a helping hand whenever possible.
Before my wife passed away, she was kind of having some problems. After she passed away, it wasn't a big change for me because I had to do the cooking and cleaning and stuff because she wasn't able to.
So families are more than welcome to call or email us and make a referral and just say, hey, my senior lives in this community and we want to get them connected and make sure that they're aware of what's going on. And that's definitely something we can do.
I think anytime we can have happy citizens who are connected and are healthy and have access to resources that they may or may not be aware of, that's better for our community as a whole.
I think the city is very in tune with the seniors because I just read about that program. So there is always something that they are considering for seniors. So it's a great place to live.
We want people to be good neighbors, right? And so I think when we're trying to connect with people, we're trying to connect them to community resources, to help each other out, to watch out for one another. And so anytime we can connect folks with other people in the community, that's going to make them safer, and they have more resources to draw upon. They know they can call the police if they have an issue or a concern. Everything we're trying to do is really just create a safer community, and it's not always through enforcement. Sometimes just through outreach.
I feel very safe in Lone Tree. I've never had a bit of trouble. We walk all over the place. I have never felt worried about safety.
Well, what I know about living and the area and the amenities that we have here, I'd come to Lone Tree again.
Told you that was beautiful. The quality of life here, it doesn't just happen by chance through the roads that get us there, the parks that we gather, or the trails that connect us. This is how we are propelling innovation. And last week we had a very big milestone week in the city of Lone Tree, the groundbreaking of High Note Park, and it is just the beginning. Phase 1 of High Note Park includes a playground, dog park, community gathering space, 2 multi-purpose lit fields, and a lot more. And it is only made possible through our partnership. So I would like to give a special thank you to South Suburban Parks and Rec District, Douglas County, Denver South, and the Greater Outdoors Colorado for helping get this park on the ground. And I would, thank you so much. It was a really big deal to get this funded. And I am proud to share with you who will bring one of the most exciting spaces in the park to life. The operator of our 200-seat beer garden will be none other than the award-winning Lone Tree Brewery. It's a clear hometown favorite and the perfect fit for High Note Park. And also coming later this fall is our 25,000 square foot public works facility. And from snow plows to potholes and everything in between, they are continuing to propel Lone Tree forward. And that includes our Lone Tree Mobility Hub that will bring transit services together. It also includes a 286-foot pedestrian bridge for safe and easy access. We also have the Lone Tree Link that we started. The Lone Tree Link is growing and has expanded into Highlands Ranch, of course, also serving Lone Tree, and most recently, the addition of Parker. In fact, this past August, we hit a record number of rides in Lone Tree of 7,150 rides in that month alone. Let's learn a little bit more.
The city of Lone Tree has an incredible amount of people that come into and out of our community every day. A lot of estimates show we have almost 200,000 people that will commute into and out or through the city of Lone Tree. And our goal is to make sure that all of those are efficient and safe trips. So one of the very exciting things in the city of Lone Tree is the city has recently completed our active transportation plan. That was an update to the 2015 Walk and Wheel report. And what this has done is allow us to guide our future investments in the city to make sure that we're making a safer system for all of our most vulnerable users. That's our bikes, pedestrians, and school kids getting to and from school.
We were really looking to live in a community that we could engage in and that was kind of everything together, very walkable. My wife and I love to go outside, kind of just do fun things outside. Super convenient to get to work with the train. My wife walks to work, teaches at Lone Tree Elementary, so it's just a great community to live in.
When we think about innovation at the city of Lone Tree, one of the city's big ideas is to be innovative in our transportation system, and we do that in a multitude of ways. And that ranges from our Link on Demand shuttle, which gets people throughout our community and makes sure that they have a ride where they need to go, and also includes technology like our adaptive transportation and traffic system. Currently, the city has 44 signals on adaptive, and what that does, it allows our signal to adapt in real time to real traffic conditions. So you can imagine an incident happens on the freeway, something changes, our signals are able to adapt to that instantly and allow traffic to move better throughout the community. This year and the past few years, we've been able to implement new safety medians, new signage, new striping designs and bike lanes on roadways that we're paving and repaving.
So some of our favorite places to ride is we love to use the protected bike path on Ridgegate Parkway and go out and connect into the East-West Trail, which is behind us. Ride around, we can kind of do a big loop, stop for coffee, just kind of have a great day out. The protected bike infrastructure in Lone Tree is really important because I think it allows everyone to have access and use the trails and feel safe doing it, whether it's myself as an avid biker or my wife and I or even a family. I would be completely comfortable taking my granddaughter out for a bike ride, even along a Ridgegate Parkway, because you've got that protection and you're separated from traffic.
One other program the city is working on this year is to expand several of our wayfinding sign programs. And this year, you'll start to see a lot more of our bike wayfinding signs. We're going to be expanding those to provide more guidance for residents of how far distances are and how to get through our community safely. In addition, the city is going to be implementing safe route to school signage.
Probably the most important infrastructure that Lone Tree's put in is the bridges that have allowed you to stay on the 470 trail and not have to pass traffic, even at like Acres Green or Yosemite. Those are game changers for a lot of people. The Lincoln pedestrian bridge is awesome because it allows my wife to walk to work. So having that bridge to walk or ride over is great.
One of the things that we're working very hard on is improving the connectivity of our transportation system. And specifically, this is related to our bicycle and pedestrian network as you transition from the wonderful trail networks that we have in the city into our on-street system. Within our active transportation plan, we identified many intersections and locations where the off-street and the on-street come together to find ways to make it safer for those transitions to happen.
One of the things that I think is really important for us as a community is to, not just focus on Lone Tree, but embrace being connected to all of our neighboring communities. I love how, our network is interconnected. I mean, it's really cool that I can get on my bike here in Lone Tree and not ride on a street and get all the way over to Chatfield without ever having to really get on the street. I think that's just amazing.
At the City of Lone Tree, we continue to invest in our traffic system. We've also been fortunate enough to implement several rapid rectangular flashing beacons. They are the signals. As you push them right, the signs will give that flashing indication. It allows drivers to know that somebody's getting ready to cross the street. If you are at one of those locations and you see one, make sure you push the button because it will activate and allow you to get across the street safely.
We have it all right here. It's amazing.
Well, last year we called it the year of shovels and scissors here in the City of Lone Tree, not just because I own a hair salon, because we had a record number of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings. So I am proud to say that that momentum is continuing. With $1.6 billion in taxable sales and 30 million annual visitors and a record low retail vacancy rate of 2.4%, people don't just pass through Lone Tree, they come here on purpose. Lone Tree may be home to over 15,000 residents, but on any given day, our population nearly triples. That's because people come here to dine, work, shop, seek care, and do business here. And our major employers are a critical part of that equation. Of course, they're creating jobs and driving investment and helping support our retail and commercial amenities. And top employers and businesses require a business-friendly environment. It's one of many reasons I launched the VIBE Task Force, Vitality in Business and Economy. It's in partnership with our 38 regional mayors to raise the bar and help support our business community. What we are advancing regionally, we are giving locally. Lone Tree is business-friendly by design. From our first conversation all the way through the certificate of occupancy, we are responsive, streamlined, and committed to our business's success. Lone Tree is open for business, and I am proud that our actions continue to prove that. These 4 key destinations will show that commitment. The Lone Tree City Center is 440 acres of opportunity in the heart of Lone Tree. It's drawn strong interest and a whole lot of excitement, and the vision is a vibrant downtown where people will stay, gather, and want to visit again. The revitalization of the entertainment district continues to be a top priority, and that chapter is already taking shape. With redevelopment at the movie theater, the addition of 2 parks, and an enhanced pedestrian promenade that will one day host events like a future farmers market, we are excited. Of course, the opening and reopening of Jack's and Truck Yard on the horizon. This will be a space where you can park once, gather often, and enjoy a truly unique Lone Tree experience. Park Meadows remains a regional destination. A few different spots that have opened is Capitol Grill, Bentley, Aritzia, and At Home by Altered State. It is showing continued momentum. And Ridgegate continues to lead the future with growth, with the building of our 128,000 square foot King Supers opening later next year, living spaces in Monk and Mongoose's second location. Be sure to check it out. We are just getting started. Let's take a glimpse.
my husband and I, we love coffee. So when we decided to open a coffee shop, we did visit many different sizes and different locations, and we narrowed out to a few places, but I think at the end we choose Lone Tree for many different reasons.
We saw this as an up-and-coming community, and also it's thriving. It's like everyone's moving here, it's clean, everyone's really nice here, even as the business owners. And once I start opening up the shop, I realized the community is really supportive and they wanted this type of coffee shop here.
What's unique about our shop is that we have a specialty coffees and also a Vietnamese coffee. All our beans we imported from Vietnam. We work directly with the local farmer in Vietnam, did our own blend and our roast and bring it here. We also have a cocktail, as I mentioned, that you can get a cocktail with a small bite. So it's a place where people can gather with their friends or family and catch up things, after work and start your morning here too.
I'll tell you right now, if I do open another business, another coffee shop, I would love to open in Lone Tree because the process makes it so easy for us to open and the support has been phenomenal.
I want people to say this is my King Superstore. And we hear that a lot in communities where we open and communities where we've been a long time, right? People get very personal about grocery shopping, and we want to make sure that we take care of their needs so they feel really good about us. When you get in the store, you're going to see apparel, you're going to see a Starbucks, you're going to see Murray's Cheese, you're going to see a great selection of natural and organic food, you're going to see a beautiful meat department, a great deli, amazing produce, and a lot of great people, 250 of them that will represent this area. The people that we employ will work and shop in this building, and so that connection to the community is really incredibly important for us because we want to be a good steward, right? We want to demonstrate that we're a good corporate steward, we want to be good to the environment, and we want to make sure that we are not just a building and a parking lot, that we are a place where people can gather and feel good about family. So we love being in places where we grow, where there's a great vibe, where there's excitement, enthusiasm, and you guys are doing exactly that here, and we want to be part of it. We don't want to be left out, so we want to be right here. We love the partnership that we have with the City of Lone Tree.
So our development here at Lone Tree's Entertainment District is really to revitalize and energize the former United Regal Theater. We see this as a dynamic mixed-use opportunity. So as someone enters the new Lone Tree Entertainment District, they're going to drive up to a new 4-story elevator-served Class A market rate apartment building with ground floor retail that spills out onto a newly imagined pedestrian promenade that's anchored by a pocket park to the west. And so you're going to see a dynamic mix of uses that don't exist here today. The existing retail will remain. We're excited for those owners to be able to reimagine their spaces as well to take advantage of the newly redeveloped promenade. We think there are opportunities for indoor-outdoor dining and entertainment, which we will also be bringing. Lone Tree is very special in that it has a variety of retail, some of the best retail in the state, frankly, as well as roads and connectivity. We really see this entertainment district redevelopment as the nexus of all of that. So when we talk about bringing new housing to Lone Tree and new retail opportunities, we always want to plug into the best kind of existing nodes and nexuses and deliver our own projects within that. So really be catalysts for redevelopment.
Truck Yard is an entertainment venue first. Music 7 days a week. We have a rotation of food trucks as well, and that changes daily. So you can have Italian here one day, and you can have Chinese here the next day. We also have a well-curated bar. I think the most significant thing about Truck Yard is we are something for everyone. It might be different for everyone, but we are something. I'm very proud of the fact that 10% of our customers are 10 years old or younger. Also very proud that 20% of our customers are 55 or older. So you can have a 21-year-old birthday here and your grandma's 85th birthday here, and everyone feels comfortable and can find something they like. Also, I would say 25% of our customers don't have a wallet. They have 4 legs and are furry, so we're very dog friendly. I wish they would pay more, but we're happy to have them. We really see Truck Yard fitting into the Lone Tree's kind of destination economy that they're building, because we are going to create a vibe that is chill. Sit down under a tree with your dog and a cold beer and listen to some live music. Invite one friend, invite 10 friends. Invite your girlfriend, invite your mom. The city is creating entertainment destinations, and I want to be there.
Well, when you think about Lone Tree, it looks a lot like this photo. That's neighbors together, traditions alive, in a community that definitely knows how to celebrate. And at the heart of Lone Tree is our crown jewel, where we sit today, the Lone Tree Art Center. Of course, it's known for the magic on the main stage and its theatrical productions, but its impact is so much more and reaches far beyond the curtain. From 2 theatrical productions to our community outreach programming and a whole lot more in between, we welcomed over 74,000 patrons into our doors this year, showing that the Lone Tree Art Center continues to be a place where people come together. And of course, you can't do it alone. From Colorado Gives Day to our annual gala, our donors and community helped raise $485,000 this year for the Lone Tree Art Center. Pretty impressive, and I think that deserves a round of applause. You guys are gonna like this next slide. Okay, we are advancing our public art plan. And from our wrapped utility cabinets to our murals all over the city to on the far right here, it was called I See You Like This art exhibit. Brianna, do you want to stand up and give everybody a wave? Brianna was very creative in decorating me. I was like, that actually looks a lot like me, like on the phone, the Lone Tree leaves on me. But what we are really doing is creating a sense of place. And of course, Lone Tree knows how to celebrate. From Fall Fest to 4th of July, we welcomed 17,000 guests into our signature events this year. And as we wrapped up our 30th anniversary last year, we had a chance to celebrate Lone Tree, deep roots, new heights, and the continued momentum ahead. So I want to thank you all for being here with me this morning, believing in this community and being a part of what's next. Remember, our top 3 winners, don't forget to grab your gift on the way out. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the city that we all love and that I am incredibly privileged to be mayor of. I'd love to leave you with one final video, and I look forward to seeing you all in the lobby at the conclusion of this video. And remember, Lone Tree is powered for what's next.
Our residents voted to form this city, not because it was something that was easy to do, but because they believed in the power of local control and self-determination. They wanted to shape their own future.
We've traveled quite a bit and we haven't found any place else we'd rather live.
Ago, Lone Tree wasn't yet a city, but it already was a vision that our community could grow with intention, serve with heart, and lead with strength.
It is truly a great day to be in Lone Tree. I love the connections, I love the community, and I love the access to all the wonderful amenities Lone Tree has to offer.
Lone Tree is a place where vision becomes reality, where community shapes our future, and where every step forward is taken together. We're powered for what's next.